So like not to Okay.
We look super fancy now. Thanks, Kate.
You know it helps when you previously were a streamer.
And people can see our faces now.
Yeah.
It's so much better. I don't have to lean onto your lap now. I lean onto you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kate did a lot of good work, so thank you, Kate.
It was like 5 minutes of
I don't care.
Apologize for the shaking screen. There's a cat that jumped on the counter. So.
Yes.
I've been chosen.
This cat.
I've been chosen. Oh,
Hi.
with the butthole.
Well, here we are on episode 3, and everybody got a chance to read our disclaimer, so we don't have to read it out, which is nice, because we're awkward.
Thanks.
So if you missed it, too bad. Let's see.
We can always add the disclaimer down below in one of our little bios on our channel.
That's probably smart.
I'll probably do that afterwards.
Just so we don't get sued. Or get
Yeah.
in trouble with others.
Get in trouble, at least.
Get in trouble with people.
We were also able to put profanity warning on here. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, great. It said in regular language and speech. I was like, that's me. We should put that there.
That was all happening while I was making coffee, huh?
Yeah,
But you know, I think that's also a very
It's
important
a very
job.
important job, is
Yeah.
coffee making.
Yes.
Agreed. Agreed. So today's episode, guys, is sub versus dub.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what that means, we're going to talk about it. But first,
We're gonna talk about that.
our parenting story of the week. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Me? I haven't gone first yet, have I?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think if I had any parenting. Well, Katsuki is being Katsuki now for the last 2 weeks, I think. He was
Yeah.
doing super good with his, ADHD and paying attention and learning about good choices versus bad, but he is, pushing his limits of,
Yeah.
he is actually an explosive boy. And, just throwing himself on the ground. Kachan's just like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one additional. He actually woke up 4 times last night due to nightmares.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
What is he dreaming
I don't
about?
know, but one of them, I came in, he's like, Daddy's gone. Where'd he go? I'm like, Daddy is downstairs. He's like, no, he's not. I'm like, okay, Tyler, come upstairs and let's go. Excuse me, kind cat.
Nobody wants to see your booty.
And so he
Maybe
came
we should have
upstairs,
put the
he's like,
sexual
I'm
part
here.
just for the cat bottle.
I felt so bad. He kept waking up every night. I think it was one of those things once he had the one, he was scared to go back to sleep. He eventually did, but I just felt so bad, especially when they want the other parent. When Katja wants him, and he always wants my husband versus me, but I'm like, I can't. I can help you too, but he's like, no. So that's mine.
Peyton, you got yours?
Oh man. I mean, it's been a pretty normal week. There hasn't been much going on. Still working on potty training.
Nice.
Still working on words. All that kind of fun stuff. So, nothing very extreme. What about you?
My story is just teeny tiny. My child has now figured out not only how to punch me in the bladder, but how to punch me in the colon.
Oh.
I don't know how she's managed it.
You have to shit.
But, for those of you who may not have ever been pregnant, a kick into the bladder
The big
means...
one, too.
Maybe she's just I one to each side.
Sometimes I'm funny.
She's doing workouts in there.
No, yeah, girl. She is.
She's like, I'm gonna be buff.
Yeah. I mean,
I need more space. Go to the bathroom.
Honestly, though, I think that might be it. I think that might be why. Because every time she's hit me there, I've needed to go to the bathroom.
You need more space, Mom.
Please go take a shit.
So that was my biggest story from the week. I might have more after this coming week because I have my next ultrasound. But
Nice.
otherwise, I was telling Amy about it a little bit while our lovely Peyton was off producing coffee. But I came across something that I wanted to see if you guys knew anything about or kind of talk about it. It's called lotus birth. Have you ever heard of it? So
I didn't really get a chance to choose what I wanted.
That's true.
That's fair. Well, to be fair, this is not an actual like birthing option. It's like more like an option for post-birth.
Oh.
In lotus birth, for those who may not know, basically instead of cutting the cord afterwards, you keep the placenta and the cord attached and let the whole thing dry up and fall off on its own. For, over time. I see your face, Amy. There are some people that seem to think that it has benefits, because they're like, oh, the body should just do what it does naturally, right?
I can see that.
However, like throughout my research on it, because I was like, what the heck is this? Like, let me learn more. The idea behind it is that, okay, so there's like nutrients and things like that are in like the placenta, right? So let's get that to baby. Except for the fact that like after maybe like a minute or two after birth, all the blood that's in the cord and in the placenta is like congealed, it's all clotted. So
there's no
really beyond that, there's no passing of nutrients.
Gotcha.
If
I
anything,
understand waiting that little bit.
Yeah,
but
so
then,
that's the thing.
You
Everything
should
that
typically wait anyway
Mhm.
for
Delayed
a
a
little
little
bit
bit.
anyway.
So that was the thing that I was seeing a lot is delayed cord clamping, where they wait like 60 to 90 seconds afterwards.
I think both of mine
has-
were that.
Yeah.
They still tend.
Most places do that now
Yeah.
because there is proven medical benefit, because it creates better stores of iron and red blood cells and all that, because it is still pumping into them. But once that blood's really clotted, at that point, there is concern about the risk of one, passing a clot into baby.
Yeah.
So like there's that. But the other concern too that they have is
Just anywhere.
that the
Add it to the pile
The
over here.
graveyard.
the other concern is that the placenta just becomes a source of potential infection beyond that point. Like as
Because
this
it would
whole
be
thing is,
considered a foreign body at that point.
well, I mean
wouldn't
it's just you have to carry it around with your
Oh,
baby, and you have to
Just
be
sounds
careful
like
not
extra
to
work.
pull on the cord, because if you pull on the cord when you're moving the placenta around, like you can actually do damage to like your baby's internal organs and stuff. So like that was one of the things that so you like have to be really careful about making sure that you like can keep the placenta like close to the body. So like I don't know, to me it just seemed, once I learned about it, it seemed weird. It sounded interesting off the bat, just the term
The
lotus birth.
term,
Lotus.
yeah.
Like it
I'm not
sounded
going to tell you what I thought it was when you first mentioned it.
having birthing baby in the lotus pose for yoga. That's what I thought of, basically.
That's not what I thought of. I'm not going to say what I thought.
I was like, the lotus pose doesn't make sense for birthing a baby, but okay. And then, I read into it and was like,
This is not what I thought.
not what I thought that would be.
And quote my partner, it looks like a wet booger, so I don't think you would want to carry it around.
No.
Yeah, both my doctors, so both times I delivered both my kids, they's like, do you want to see it? I'm like, no. Like, I'm already like,
Good.
I've always kind
good.
of thought about whether or not, like, some people will they will take home the placenta and cook it and eat it that way. There are also some people who get it dehydrated into pills afterwards.
Okay, I
and
have a
take
hard
the
time
pills.
eating red meat sometimes. I'm not going to eat a placenta.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, like, for me, like, I've kind of thought of years ago, I was like, maybe it wouldn't be that bad to, like, have it dehydrated and take it in pill form.
Unless there's, like, proven scientific evidence of the actual benefits, I'm not doing it.
That's fair.
I'm not doing
I decided no early on in this pregnancy just because I was like, how much would it probably cost to get that dehydrated and put in a pill?
Well, right,
That was the thing.
right.
Like, having a baby already costs enough money.
Yeah.
So,
That med joke you could call Wedgwood. Can you do this for me?
Sounds like
ma'am.
birthing your baby in a flower patch.
Oh my god.
Birthing your baby in a flower. Could you imagine? Actually, if we're calling
that
it
would be-
lotus at that point, we're birthing in a pond with lotus flowers.
Water birth.
That's
Water
my best
birthing.
friend right there. That's what he said. He's great.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Yeah, that's why I was like reading that and I was like, that's too funny to not comment on. Because it's just like, you know,
I'm just thinking of like a very peaceful,
Nope.
flower scene.
All of mine
and
was wrong.
suddenly, you're panning over this peaceful flower scene.
says
and
a
then
water birth.
childbirth.
You know
and then more flowers.
you know what? When he said flower patch, the first thing I thought of was last year when I went to the apple orchard. They had a sunflower patch, like shorter sunflowers, like not the really
Just
really tall.
hide in the sunflowers.
Just like
and have
in
your
the
child.
sunflowers, just having a child.
So every time I see a water birth, I'm like, oh, they're going scuba diving right when they come out. Child
mean,
of the lake.
in a
No, more
way.
like of the kiddie pool.
In a way, they're going from water to water, right? I mean,
Well, that's true. That's
I don't
true.
know. I'm
At
trying to
least
think
they're not
about
breathing their own pee anymore.
Yeah,
drinking
all
We
the
all do it
things.
once.
All
Drinking
the
it and
things.
peeing it back
Hold
out.
on, I'm gonna write down what I thought.
And then we all do it at one point.
This
Yeah.
is what I immediately thought of Lotus, and don't get grossed out, okay? That's what I.
Wait, his name is Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve.
All right. If I
Or
ever
Scuba Sally, if it's a lady.
if I ever have a son that's born via water birth after this, I will be nicknaming that son Scuba
You
Steve.
don't want it named Steve. Let me
No,
just
I'm
tell
not
you
gonna.
now.
I'm not gonna
nickname.
actually name, but
Oh,
I'll
Scuba
nickname
Baby.
Scuba. A Scuba Baby. We'll
Scuba
just-
Baby.
Scuba
Don't say
Baby.
Steve. Steve's a terrible name.
I am actually though still trying to decide whether or not I want to do like water birth or something like that too.
Well,
so.
like Peyton has said, multiple plans. Have plan B
Mhm.
to plan D.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Just
Z.
be open.
Well,
Yeah.
now that I've had my ultrasound and everything looks
Yeah.
pretty healthy,
Did
I
you
was
have
like,
your EKG thingy?
no.
Not yet. Okay.
So I have both I have my level 2 ultrasound scheduled this coming Thursday, and then I have my fetal echocardiogram
That one.
later this month.
Yeah.
So I will have both of those things, but as of right now, everything that they've seen says that my baby is healthy.
That's great.
So I made the choice now to I'm going to stick it out with the certified nursing midwives and go that route
Yeah.
because they do offer things like water birth, and I was like, well, worst case scenario, if my case is hard to manage, I can always move back to the OBs.
True.
Or like the CNM I saw this last time, she was like, we can always sometimes even with high risk births we can even just co-follow your case and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But so
We had an EKG for Kachan because of his medical issues. And it's the coolest thing ever to watch, though, because you're watching it. It is.
I'm
so
gonna be
cool.
excited to see how the echocardiogram works because like obviously like
We've
you can
done
s-
them in
yeah
bed,
I've
but
done
it's
with veterinary medicine, but
But it's fun to watch.
But it's also too like in vet med we can sedate the child.
The child.
We can sedate the pet to like be still if we need to. We can't sedate my fetus really.
But it's pretty easy,
So,
Yeah.
I
I guess
she's gonna move, but
well on her last ultrasound she was moving a ton. So that's why I'm like thinking that she might not be very helpful to them. But then again,
You never know.
that
You
one's
never
planned
know,
a
yeah.
little bit later in the day.
Did she
It's more
typically
midday.
sleep later in the day?
So it's I swear to God, this child is basically like awake and moving every time it's like at a mealtime. So like when I get up and I'm like
Feels
right
like
about
baby
having, yeah, I know, Jesus Christ. But like around like when I'm eating breakfast, like that's when I'll start feeling her first, like somewhere around like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. ish, like there, and then I'll feel her again more like between noon and 1, and then around like 5 and 6, and then at like between 10 and 11. So like she's got like this schedule already. Most of it though is around food, which is funny to me. But yeah, I mean we'll see. The echo is scheduled in a time where she would potentially be a little bit more awake, but we'll see how it works out because my level 2 ultrasound that I'll be doing this week is unfortunately scheduled at a time when she is definitely going to be awake.
Gotcha.
So we'll see
Have to
how
wait
that
and
goes.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe they'll make me do some jumping jacks again to get her in the right position.
Come see your baby, but you have to work out first.
Yeah, seriously, like I kid you not, the sonographer made me get up, go to the bathroom because she's like, your bladder's getting a little bit more full, like you need to go. But she's like, do some jumping jacks and maybe it'll get her to like settle down. So I was in the bathroom doing some jumping jacks.
I don't remember the last time I've done jumping jacks.
I know, but she was like, yeah, jumping jacks
Not
works.
last week, but the week before.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
like 5 years ago.
Uh,
Anything else?
No.
All right. Should we get into it?
I think
yeah.
so.
Well, I think what's next? Like our anime, our current anime. If we want to
Oh,
talk about any of that.
Yes.
I don't know if I have any ones different from last time though.
I am still watching Ancient Magus Bride season 2. However, I realized last week, after I left, that I actually wasn't watching season 2. I was watching the couple episodes that were in between 1 and 2. So I was like I had just finished the last one of that and hadn't actually started season 2. So now I'm actually in season 2.
Good job.
And I have made it a fair ways into season 2.
Oh, for real this time.
Yes, for real. I think
In
I'm like
actuality.
yeah. I think I'm like halfway through season 2 right now.
Are you actually in season 2 now?
Actually.
Actually.
No, but I am enjoying season 2.
Season 2.
But when when you mentioned the college last time, I was like, yeah, like she had just decided to go to the college because I just finished that one.
You weren't there, were
No,
you?
I was not actually. Like I
You
had,
played it off though so well.
well, because like she hadn't actually like I was like, oh, I'm just probably like right at the point where she decides to go to the college, and then you're talking about it. But like, literally, the end of that mid season chunk was the last episode's like, I've decided I want to go to the college, basically, So like, I was like kind of there, but not really there.
You weren't actually.
I was not actually in season 2.
Great.
Actually.
We're gonna stress the actually a few times.
In actuality.
In actuality, it's season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still watching Delicious and Judging?
Yes, I am. One episode a week. It's very funny. It's very good.
I'm still
I would
watching
recommend it.
Magic and Muscles.
We started Solo Leveling.
I heard that's good.
Yeah, there's when I watched the other night, there was only 2 episodes out, but it was very good already. I'm enjoying it.
I've heard great things.
I've heard that it was doing pretty good. I just hadn't gotten to it yet.
Because
I'm now finally actually in season 2.
Yeah, I'm still in Muscles and Magic, or Magic and Muscle, however you say it. But I love this guy because he doesn't know magic in this magic world, so that's funny. But he apparently had to get sorted into, like Harry Potter, had to get sorted into his house by this unicorn skeleton. And because
unicorn
unicorn skeleton.
Does it have the horn?
It does, but it's got a handle on it, so you can.
What? A handle on the unit? I feel like we need to pull up like a picture of this now.
So he grabs this unicorn handle.
You could even pull it up over here, and then we can
unicorn
screen share
Oh
it.
yeah, that's true. Let me give me a moment. So he grabs this unicorn
handle.
a unicorn handle.
Do it.
Oh yes. Oh
There you
yes.
go.
Oh, beautifully. Move
perfect.
your cup. Good ma'am.
No.
Oh, perfect. There.
Okay, hold on.
Do the
Let's pull
thing.
it.
That's the thing.
Okay. So we'll go. Oh no, it's not working.
Oh no!
Properties. Here we are.
Yay!
There we are.
Okay.
So
This is the
this
unicorn.
is the handle.
Yes. It was so
Interesting.
weird.
Okay.
You know what it makes me think of? Like a cane.
It does.
It does look
It
like a
does, but
cane.
when I say it, it doesn't come
No,
across.
it's
So
a
he grabs this
unicorn
the unicorn handle, and they read their like mind and their magic power of like how they are. This kid is so obsessed with cream puffs. That's all that's in his brain is him laying on a pan
like
of
this.
cream puffs. Yes, like that. Oh, let's click that one. This is what the unicorn sees of just him laying in cream puffs, and the unicorn doesn't want to be ashamed of not guessing him correctly. Then he just like explains how to make a cream puff for like 20 seconds, and I'm just like, what the hell?
I feel like though a handle on a unicorn horn would defeat the purpose of the horn. You know?
But not when the whole purpose of the horn is to sort you.
And
If
he's
it's just for
already
that, I
dead.
guess, yeah.
It's a skeleton. He
Well,
dead.
yeah, but like, okay, so like, with the whole thing about unicorns and like why we think they like have horns, like goes with like, you know, rhinos having horns and stuff like that. It's like a defense thing.
Right.
So if it no longer has the stabby power, you know, like,
It doesn't need the stabby
No,
stabby.
it went from stabby to grabby.
oh, grabby instead. Oh my god. We are a depraved bunch.
I thought
is
of
gonna
really
get
terrible
bullied.
things. Nobody
I
wants to
don't,
be in my brain. I was gonna say, I know something that's stabby and grabby, but we're
Tentacles?
You're taking this to different places people need to be right now.
that's my new normal brain. Okay?
know.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll shut
Maybe I
up.
should not have given you coffee.
No, probably not. But it's okay. It's already gone.
That's fair.
Oh goodness.
But that's what I'm watching. And it has the most British accent ever when it talks.
Oh, God.
Oh, I mean, why wouldn't a unicorn be British, right? You know?
Right.
Why wouldn't it? It just makes sense.
But yeah. Anything else?
No, I think
No,
that's
I think that's
what
it.
we got.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, sub versus dub. We should educate the people what the difference is. I did have to educate my partner this morning of what it was. And he asked nicely. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
so, sub is the original form. It's in Japanese, and it's called sub because there's subtitles underneath in English or whatever language that you're doing. And dub is English dubbed actors. They
Or
have-
whatever language.
Or, yeah.
or
Dub.
whatever language you are. In this case,
Yeah.
English for us.
Like, you know, like there's some German animes that have like
Sure.
have
Mm-hmm.
German dub or whatever.
There are Chinese animes that
Yeah,
are
so,
dubbed.
so
Yeah.
subbed is the original language.
Yep.
And then dubbed is dubbed over.
Sorry. I won't poke it in.
Okay.
I wasn't trying
So
to.
then
I want to keep this.
I would say my personal choice usually is
Oh,
to
that was
go.
the next question. Very good.
Yeah, no, I tried to segue it.
You did
I
great.
did okay, I think. But my personal choice usually is subbed.
Mm.
That's most commonly. I do watch some things in dub. I don't personally care that much between the two. But if it's like one of those things where it's like I'm immediately given a choice, it's usually going to be the sub version.
Fair enough.
So, how about you?
I'm ADHD and dyslexic and potentially autistic. So I
Just a
can't.
wonderful
Just a
combo.
wonderful combo of things. I cannot read and then simultaneously enjoy what's watching because I will probably misread what is coming across or read it not fast enough. So
Yeah.
I am a dub watcher. But, however, there is an exception. If there's an anime that has come out that I can't wait for it to be dubbed, I will watch it in subbed.
There you go.
So I will do it. But later
it's
I
not
will-
your first
But
choice.
it's not my first choice. I will still go back and watch it once it is dubbed. So mine is dubbed just for learning issues.
For me, it depends upon what I'm doing. So, like, if I'm watching it in the background and I'm doing something else, like working on a project, folding laundry, what have you, I'll watch it in dubbed. So then I can still get the information, but I can also look at what's in my hands. But then at the same time, if I'm watching it for enjoyment and I don't plan on doing anything else, I'll watch it in subbed.
Gotcha.
But here's the kicker. I have audio processing issues. So everything is subtitled. No matter what I'm watching, there's subtitles on it.
I personally like watching pretty much anything with subtitles.
Yep.
And I think more so that started for me because, like, I don't know what it is about, like, the last, like, decade and a half, but nobody can figure out how to manage their sound levels anymore.
That's
Okay,
true.
Netflix
Movies,
sucks with sound
TV,
levels. It is
none of it.
terrible.
Yeah.
All of
Well-
Netflix is just like one moment it is loud, one moment it is soft, and I
Yeah.
just
So
Yeah.
I would rather, you know, have my
Volume
sound
down lower.
turned down for to account for the louder sounds, but then I don't want to miss the things that are like
Right.
whispered. So that's part of the reason why I started watching everything with subtitles,
Mm.
and then I just kind of got really used to it.
I feel like our
it's like-
generation in general does a
Yeah.
lot of subtitling.
But I feel like for me at least, it's because, well, it started out with that, so then I would turn the TV down because I didn't want to be too loud.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's also like, I noticed that if I don't have the subtitles on, sometimes I'll just miss what they're saying. Like, I can completely hear them talking, but I'm like, I had no idea what you just said. So now
Yeah.
I don't have to go back. I can just, like, look at the bottom of the screen.
Or like those moments where you're like, did I really hear exactly what they said? You know, like, was
or
it?
if there's a heavy accent.
Yeah.
Like, I loved the show Outlander, but I struggled with those accents at times.
Which makes sense.
Because,
you
you
know,
know,
as an
they're
American,
heavier.
like
Yeah.
a true, like, heavy Scottish accent is very different.
It's very different.
There are, I mean, obviously there are
So-
different accents in, you know, Scotland that some
Yeah.
are a little easier for American English speakers and some are not. But, you know, some of them get really close to
Basically
almost basically being a
Midwest.
different
Oh my gosh,
language,
yes.
you know?
Yeah, but then it helped me, you know, keep track of what's going on.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
say, when I'm eating, I can't watch subbed because I'm focused on trying to get my food. I can't do that.
So yeah, that's why,
Yeah.
you know, but
I agree.
that's why I start things in one versus the other. Is like, if I'm purely going to watch it, you know, then I'll have it in subbed. But if I'm going to be doing something else while watching it, I'll watch it in dubbed. But also, I can't finish an anime in one
I was
language
gonna
if I
say,
started it in
yeah.
another.
I was like,
'cause then
you're,
it's-
I thought you were
those
going
are
to
the
say that
voices.
first. I thought you were
No.
going to say that first.
no, yeah.
No.
I think my ultimate like love for sub comes more down to like, and I've told you both this before, kind of, but it comes more down to like how things are said and how things are acted.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like, and this may not always be the case, but it's been the case for a few of the ones that I've watched sub that then I've like tried watching something in dub where it just either doesn't line up super well, which can happen anyway. Like,
And that
I mean, I
happens
get it.
a lot.
Mhm.
Like I get it. Like even I started watching a show the other day that was not anime at all, but it was like the show was in German with English dubbing, and just like the amount of it
can't do
that doesn't
that.
match up.
Yeah.
Because this was like real actors, so like it's not even like you know where you get, because like in anime you get the cartoon kind of drawings with the mouths, like sometimes it kind of lines up and it's like
Yeah.
kind of okay.
It might be easier to line up
Yeah.
with, like, you know, a drawing versus
Yeah. Yeah. So, but like, you know, the other thing is sometimes I just feel like it's overacted,
Yeah.
like where it's too much,
Mhm.
and like, you know, I get that we want to have unique voices for our anime characters, but sometimes I feel like it's the voices that the dubbed actors will pick is too much for me. But that being said, there are some dubs that I do really, really love as those dubs, and I could never watch them in sub because, again, I get too used to this is how the
Yeah.
characters
Right.
sound. Because like I at one point tried watching Inuyasha subbed after having watched a dub growing up.
Yeah, it's
and
not the same.
It's not the same.
I
Inuyasha sounds a lot more girly to me in
Yeah.
the sub.
Mm-hmm.
I
So-
couldn't watch Black Butler in subbed.
Mhm.
I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever his name is, his voice is beautiful. And I don't. Whoever plays Sebastian, the dubbed actor, is beautiful.
Mhm.
And every time I hear him in another anime, I was like, oh my god, is Sebastian Macias talking to me?
I guess my best like representation of like how I feel is, and no hate to anybody who enjoys Dragon Ball Z, but like the Dragon Ball Z screaming kind of style thing.
Suddenly Nick's head pops in from the other room.
No hate. If you like it, no hate. I don't have a problem with it. I've never really watched it through. I was not allowed to watch it as a child because
I wasn't either, and I haven't watched it.
My parents didn't care. I just never watched it. I watched some of it, but not enough to remember.
I think it's
what
one of
was
those ones
going on.
that I'll appreciate it, but I have no interest in actually watching it. I know it's one of the older like classics, but I don't have any interest.
I don't have interest in watching it, but when I was a kid, like it came on, I think because it was on like Cartoon Network sometimes.
Yes, that's where I watched
and
it.
I was watching like a different show before it, and it came on, and my dad heard it, and he was so annoyed by the screaming stuff, like the yelling. He was like, "No, you're not allowed to watch this because it's fucking annoying." So, and I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, when I've seen things about it today, all the yelling does kind of bother me too. To be honest, I don't want to watch an anime personally that's like half screaming, but
My parents had the same rule about SpongeBob.
Weirdly enough, my parents did not have that rule at all.
I was not allowed to watch SpongeBob.
No, I didn't have any of those rules. It was kind of fair game.
I was
For the
forced to
most
watch
part.
the SpongeBob movie on every single car trip because my brother loved it.
Oh.
I mean, it's a
Every
good
single
movie,
one.
but
Watching it that many times,
yeah.
my brother quite literally ruined both the SpongeBob movie and all of the Home Alone movies for me because he loved them so much. He wanted to watch them all the time. I cannot watch I could maybe watch some of the Home Alone movies now and be okay, but like as a child, I was like, I just want to snap the disc. Don't play it anymore. Stop it.
We had one of those like portable like small TVs, and it sat in the middle. And Rhea always pushed the same exact movies: Aristocats and Mary fucking Poppins. Eat those movies. I've stepped on those VHS tapes.
I mean, I like Aristocats, but
It's okay.
Mary Poppins I'm less into.
We saw it like 3
Too many
times.
times.
I can't. I think they're both great. They're
They're-
awesome, but I
yeah.
just, like you said, if it's
After that,
overused, you just can't.
Yeah, I mean, any movie could become overwatched. Like, I personally really loved the movie Anastasia as a kid, and I watched it several times. But I didn't watch it, like, multiple days in a row. My brother would watch these multiple days in a row. Like, we'd be on, like, there was one point when all of us, like, drove, I think, to South Dakota, because we were going to the Black Hills, and he literally, like, every single day at one point during the day that one of those movies was playing.
Oh God!
Because I would get a chance to pick a movie, and then he'd get a chance to pick a movie, and then
just
back and forth.
Ugh.
So some things are overdone, and I can't stand when they're super overdone.
You know, as a mom with kids, that will happen. I tell you, I get called out all the time by my partner for narrating the Pixar movies because that's all my kids want to watch.
Oh,
At one point, when Deku was super young, he loved Toy Story. It got to the point where me and my partner were both like, well, do you want to play Woody or do you want to be Buzz today? We went to the words. And now I get called out for narrating all the time because I could probably narrate every single Pixar movie from
all right,
heart.
let's go.
I'm ready.
Tell me the Cars plot line start to finish.
Oh, that
We
one
were
was
watching
Nico's
that
favorite.
this morning. So
Nico
yes,
was
I could
too.
do it.
You watched it last night and this morning.
I could do it.
That's
Or no,
perfect.
We watched it this morning. But recently he's been obsessed with, Deku's been obsessed with the movie Soul of all things.
Really?
Oh.
Of Soul. And that
I
one's a
watched it
little bit
once.
I haven't
trickier.
actually seen that one at
A
all.
little
I've seen
trickier.
it. It was good.
It has
but I haven't
lots of
watched
like
it again.
lots of big kind of topics, I think.
Yeah. Heavier topics.
Heavier, bigger topics in it. And so with that being
I feel like
narrating, yes, thank you. My partner just texted me. We have a narrating drinking game. So when we want to drink, if we get caught narrating, mainly myself, I have to drink. I'm like, cool. Thank you.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean it's fair, especially if it gets like really bad. Then that's fine.
It's just like, you know.
I mean, I do it with like anime too. I'll narrate
That's
that too.
I mean, like, if you've seen it several times, like, I can narrate a lot of Atla, you know? Like, I can, but I've watched it several times. I wait a long time in between watching, you know, different ones, but I do watch every once in a while.
I
and
probably
go
could
back and
do
rewatch
like
it.
Yuri on Ice or Fruits Baskets. I've like definitely consistently watch those at least once or twice a year.
Fruits Baskets I couldn't do just because I watched it subbed.
Oh
And I do not feel confident in my Japanese pronunciation to be able to do
don't
it.
worry, you're gonna listen to my Japanese pronunciation in a bit,
Oh
and
gosh.
it's gonna be awful.
Oh. But yeah, no, I think that's really for me, like, why I particularly pick sub over dub is just because of the way that it's acted out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. There's like some subs. Well, there's also the topic of like Haikyuu. I like Haikyuu, but there's no dubs available for free.
Oh, you have to pay for a
You
dub.
would have to pay for a dub or go on some illegal website to see the dubs. Now the dubs are out there. It's been dubbed, but like if you're on Crunchyroll, Funimation, or like Hulu, which is where it's at, they only have the subs, even though the dubs are
No,
out.
I hadn't really realized that.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
They
like,
used to be out like 2 years ago, but then they took them down. I don't know why. So I'm trying to watch Haikyuu, but I'm having a very hard time. It's hilarious. It's a funny anime. It fits all my boxes, but I can't do this.
I
I'm
guess-
trying to
Yeah,
watch it.
that's fair.
I kind of, I did actually at one point, this was years ago, and I don't remember the entire plot of this anime, but I specifically did buy it on DVD so that I could watch it all dubbed, because I had watched it dubbed in the beginning, and that's Blood Plus. I don't know if either of you guys probably. It's a longer running anime overall. Like, there are several like discs to it, you know, because back in the day you could only put so many episodes on a disc.
Right.
Too. That, you know, now
Back
I've
in the day,
probably.
we were still buying discs.
I know, right?
Bought
It's not even. I don't even have it in Blu-ray. It's on DVD.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is just crazy, right? No, but
That's like
I
middle school.
did really enjoy that anime. It was kind of like a werewolf vampire mix kind of thing. So I'm not gonna go like super into it, but like essentially, like, there's these monsters. This girl has to kill these monsters. You know, go so on and so forth, because these monsters are just like trying to kill everybody. But it is really interesting, and I think at some point I will probably have to bring, like, we might have to have like a little watch party of animes or something like that.
That would
with
be
us.
fun.
Can you do
And I can bring it.
DVDs and PlayStations and stuff still?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You can? Okay.
because I have mine. I just haven't plugged it into anything
Gotcha.
because
Depends upon the age, I think, too, because I think the newest like gens of consoles can't do DVDs as
Well, I
well.
have a PS4, so
Yeah.
that should
Same
still
with me,
work.
yeah. And mine, I used to watch DVDs on it all the time. So
Yeah.
if
I
mine
wasn't sure if
can-
it was like a DVD or Blu-ray thing. I don't remember. If
Well, I
it
used
had
to
like-
watch things on it all the
Oh,
time.
gotcha,
So I don't remember what. It's been a hot minute,
Mm.
but
You're
I used
clearly in a streaming era.
I mean, worst case scenario, there is, you know, well, not as many
Right.
computers don't have, like, you know, disc adapters
Oh,
anymore.
oh, that's true. No.
but you can, like, we could pull up like a Zach has a laptop that has like a disc
Or
adapter.
the little top ones. Boop.
Yeah, a little pop out. Boom. But I will have to have you guys watch it because I think you guys would really enjoy it
sounds-
too.
Well, I mean, we could have a watch party here sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have to find the cords for mine, and then we could just plug it in.
Yeah.
To the TV.
There's ways to do it. Yeah. But yeah, no, that one was one that I did, like, I specifically bought the discs just so that I could get, because honestly, to be fair, you
To get
couldn't
the
find,
dubs, right?
yeah, to get
Okay,
the dubs
gotcha.
for that one, because I started watching it dubbed, and I can't remember where I started watching it dubbed, but I did start watching it dubbed, and then it was just like not on any service in either sub or dub. Like, so then I was like, well, you
That
know what, I'm
happens
just gonna
sometimes, and
go
I get
buy.
upset with that.
I will say that anime did cause me to have a really weird dream at one point in my life.
Do tell.
So it's probably because I was like thinking about the anime, because I was at summer camp at the time, and I was at, you know, my Norwegian language summer camp because I'm a nerd, and
I
my
mean,
family's
aren't
very Norwegian.
All of us.
Well,
are.
yes,
Like that's why we're.
true, true.
What
But
are
I'm-
you doing?
But at these summer camps, like, you were like you have to be completely immersed in the language. Like, so you can't watch anything from anywhere else. So like, it can't be like an American thing. It can't be like another country. It's got to be specifically like, maybe if it's something that they are watching in Norway at the time, like if it's like that big like a big movie there. Like, I remember when Frozen came out. One, that was a huge deal for my Norwegian camp in general, just because of the fact that like it was actually like a Norwegian story initially, but we had to watch it in Norwegian in like at the camp. So like that was how that one worked. So like I wasn't able to watch the anime while I was there, but I thought about it one day, and then I ended up having a dream that night. I can still remember this dream vividly. It's kind of weird. So essentially in that case I was basically like in the protagonist's role, where like I had to come like kill these like vampires, and I was going in with a group of like other warriors into their den, and it was like you had to like walk down and into this cave system. And
wait, the vampires or the werewolves?
They in this case they were vampires.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. It's nothing against you. My
But
brain did like the quick restart. I'm
as
so
we
sorry.
were going through the cave, like towards like the front of the cave, there wasn't really much there. The middle part of the cave was where they had like a bunch of like essentially feeders, like the people that they would just feed off of and everything like that. And we were like trying to like free them and get them out as we were going, because we were moving to the back of the cave to try and like actually find all the vampires and kill them all. We get to the backside and realize that there's like no one there, and then like I just start hearing like screaming.
Did you look up?
So I didn't need to. They came in behind us. And so they were essentially trapping like my group in, and so then I like vividly remember this as I'm going back towards the front to like try and like fight my way out and like save my people. I'm having to climb up a pile of bodies going up this cliff. Yeah. And then I get up to the top, and then I was fighting against like the biggest like main like guy, and that's when I woke up.
Yeah.
But I have that dream vividly in my brain. This was probably this was over a decade ago.
I would have shat my pants.
I think this was like from like 2012 or something. That
I would have shat myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't even gone to the big boss. I would have saw the bodies and shat myself and woken up.
Yeah,
Yep, that would have been me.
Yeah, I climbed
You're
up.
so similar, yet so different.
I know. You can handle that, and I'll be the wimp in the corner.
I
Bye.
did not lose my bowels or my bladder. I just got up and was like, that was a fucked up dream, and then went on with my life. That was basically what happened. And then I was telling people about it at breakfast the next day, and people were like, why are you not like a writer or something? Like what? They're like, what is this? Why is your imagination like this? So.
Because of the shows that I watch.
Yep. Yeah. So, if that kind of dream tells you, it kind of tells you a little-ish, not like actually, like, there's nothing in the storyline that's exactly like that, but it gives you kind of an idea
of like the style of show.
I don't know if I'd watch that now.
Oh,
I probably would.
It gets a little bit of gore. It's not like to the point where it's like not Teen Titans. I was thinking Attack on Titan, and I said Teen Titans.
Teen Titans is
Titans.
gory.
Teen Titans is totally
Teen
gory.
Titans are you watching?
The old one or the new one? Because the new one where they're like little bobblehead style characters.
I think that would be more disturbing.
It is disturbing.
I mean, it's
I
already
don't like
disturbing,
it.
but then you add gore to the mix. I don't want to watch
No,
that.
it's not as. I would say it's not as gory as Attack on Titan is what I meant to say.
Oh, I know what you meant. It's just funny it didn't come out.
Yeah.
Do your kids watch anime? Does your
My
watch?
I was gonna
Yours
say
does.
my
She has
my
no
kid
choice.
is- I mean, I don't
Whatever
know.
you're watching.
Yeah.
Not really, although we've started the Ghibli movies.
That's a photo of the main of like one of the main photos for the series.
He seems nice.
Well, that guy's cool. I like him. He's also a cellist, so. Because apparently that's important in an anime about, like, killing vampires, basically. Vampire werewolves things. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, because the next question is, like, if your kids watch anime, which one do you let them watch? And I think that one's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's
I've
dumb.
tried other shows, but you know, like we tried watching a show with him. He just got nightmares afterwards, so I'm just sticking to the Ghibli movies.
Yeah, those
for
are
now.
good ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we'll branch out later.
Well, I guess that,
but
you know, at his age, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
he's still pretty young.
still pretty young. We're still in toddlerhood, so Ghibli, and then we'll move on.
Kachum likes One Piece. He likes Luffy. But obviously, I watched everything in dub, and I don't really think it's smart to expose my kid to a different language when he already has trouble with the native language
I
that
feel
he
like
speaks.
At that point, like, with a really young kid, like, you know,
Yeah.
kid, prior to school age, let's start there at
Yeah.
least, I feel like it makes the most sense to have them watching dubbed. Once you're, like, unless you're raising in a multilingual household to begin with,
True.
then at that point it might be nice to have them watching things in both languages or multiple
I mean,
languages.
you
How
can
many?
always try
but-
it, but like you said, your kid's having a hard time with English already. My kiddo's having a hard time with English already. We just both have special English children, so.
Yep.
And
I
you know,
wonder if it's something to do with the workplace we were in when we were pregnant.
You know, I would think so.
I think there was something.
could be. I know there's also, like, a lot of people saying that, like, you know, and I'm not saying this is either of you guys, but, like, there's a lot of people also out there saying that being in more of a digital, like, generation and everything like that, there's so many things in front of them that, like, it actually is stunting their development in some ways.
I
So-
would agree, but my kids actually only get about 2, maybe 3 hours of screen time a day. I'm actually
Yeah.
pretty good about that.
My kiddo will watch
Except
TV.
on weekends. I don't
Yeah.
care on weekends.
Honestly,
on weekends.
I turn on the TV in the morning because my kiddo doesn't like to, you know, do anything right away. Just wants to chill out and wake up for a minute, and I understand that. I'm not
I mean, that
ready to
makes
go
sense.
do anything, you know,
Yeah.
right away. So we watch TV for a little bit, and then it just kind of becomes background noise until we remember to turn it off. But for the most part, it's just kind of on in the background, and we play. But
No, both my kids are always ready to wake up in the morning. I wake up to screaming banshees. That's what I
no,
get.
I'm always up first. But then again, I have the night child.
That's true. I don't. I'm not. I am the night person. And I
Yeah,
get
well,
woken up by.
Your kiddos
Day.
go to bed so much earlier than mine.
I've done better. They go to bed at like 7,
Yeah, I know.
and they
but
don't
that's
fall
still-
asleep till like 8, though.
That's so much earlier than my kiddo.
That's true. That's true.
We
very
tried earlier. He just lays there or screams. So, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
That brings up, like, an interesting point too
Yeah.
that I feel like you know, I've read about a lot, you know, and this is just in general, not even, like, related to kids and adults, but, like, people have different timelines,
Yeah.
you know, different circadian rhythms and everything like that. So, like, sometimes there's some people, like, talking about, like, forcing your young child to a specific set time schedule. Like, they wonder, is that really all that great for them? And I mean, like,
I mean,
it all
setting
kinda
a
depends.
routine and a time schedule is important because that's
Yeah,
important
but,
for your
like,
child, but
for
also
example-
working with your child for what works well for them.
because, like, you know, in your case,
Yeah.
he likes to go to bed later, so, like, he probably wakes up a little bit
Yeah.
later in the morning. Like, when
So I don't get as much time at the end
Yeah.
of my day to chillax unless I want to stay up late, but I do get morning time quite frequently.
well, and that's, like, one of the things when I was on, like, Pinterest looking up baby stuff, like, a lot of the, like, newborn schedules, they, like, have you start, like, every single one of them is, like, start at 7 a.m. And I'm like,
I don't
Okay.
want to get up at 7 a.m.
yeah, and, like, what if my child's not ready to get up at 7 a.m.?
Right.
Like, what if, you know, her...
Especially when they're a newborn, if
Yeah.
they're sleeping, let them sleep.
I think it's important to discern the difference between a schedule and a routine.
Yeah.
They're very different.
Mhm.
I think every kid should have a routine,
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay to not have a schedule.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
And routines can change and alternate
True.
slightly depending upon situation.
They need to be
Mhm.
flexible.
Mhm.
I know my weekday routine is not the same as my weekend
Weekend.
routine.
Mhm.
No, it's not. It just
'Cause,
doesn't
like-
make sense.
Okay, so like, in like your routine, you can be like, all right, like within an hour after waking up, we're doing breakfast. Like, even though our wake up time might be different.
I have so many things to say about
I
breakfast.
mean, like, we do podcasts
Mhm.
Sundays at 2
It's
or
true.
next week Saturday at 2. But that's because my kiddo goes to nap at like 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids have already
So-
started their nap,
Mhm.
and I leave before they see me leave.
Yeah.
And they get up, mainly Deku, because Deku will get pissed if he sees me leave.
I have no children forcing me to a schedule yet. So.
Well, so
But Sundays are because of my work schedule. So.
Mhm.
I live as a night owl in a family of early birds.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't qualify my partner as an early bird, but he is earlier than myself.
We have another guest.
Hello, other cat. Please just don't put your butthole in my face. Thank you. So like
The void.
all of both my kids wake up
You need to
super
scream.
early.
Scream is
And
the void.
Deku, in particular, if you do not feed him within 30 minutes of him waking up, all hell will break loose.
Oh no.
So I have to, when I get up, although like half conscious, and my partner has learned this, which is awesome, thank you so much, don't talk to me until I've had coffee and have like proceeded to give the kids their breakfast. We've done our like morning chores to help get him out the door, to get like dishes and stuff run, and I've started making coffee. So like usually on weekends, my partner will make breakfast, but I typically will help with that by giving my kids a waffle, like right at the beginning, because his breakfast is like involves bacon and eggs, and it takes a little bit longer. And
Mhm.
We do
Deku,
snack breakfast here sometimes. I mean, if it's
Deku
balanced,
cannot sit
it's
and wait.
easy to get out, and he's happy with it and he's
Yeah.
gonna eat it. I don't care.
Yeah, Deku can't wait.
yeah.
He can't. So we have to have waffles. We have to have cereal. We have to have something available until like big breakfast comes.
Yeah. I don't know. My thought is, if it's balanced and even if it's easy, it still counts.
Well, they also say like, I've seen so many things online, on TikTok, wherever. Your kid knows what it needs to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I say it as if it's an object.
Well, I mean,
Like
general.
they know. So there's days where they're not going to eat. There's days where they're going to eat a lot, and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
That also brings up an interesting other thing that I remember I once read, and I want your guys' thoughts on it. This lady said that if you're going to give your kids a lot of sugar, why would you do it at dinner time when they're going to be going to bed? She's like, I would rather give my cat, or I would rather give my kiddo, like the big sugary things like cake and like, having a bunch of like waffles with syrup or whatever, in their breakfast. Like I want them to have all that because then they have the whole day to work through all that sugar, rather than going to bed with like a bunch of like a sugar high later on.
it's true.
And I thought that was one of the smartest things I think I'd ever read, because this was like years ago on early TikTok, I guess, a couple of years
That's
back.
not a window.
The cat trying to touch the
Touch the
big
TV as if it was a window.
Well, he'll climb on top of it if you're not careful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he likes to balance on top of TVs. It's a bad habit. I'm trying to get him to stop, but it's not working very well.
That's a very
Sorry.
good point about the sugar, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly don't give my kids too much sugar.
Well, we didn't, but Naruto has found a love of cookies.
Ooh.
Yes, he got an official cookie tester shirt for Christmas
Ooh.
because cookies are his favorite. And sometimes he won't even eat them. He'll just hold on to them for hours and then cry when they crumble.
Deku has to double fist everything he's
Yep.
eating.
Are you just laughing at the fact that you said double fisting?
Oh God.
Don't you know me so well? My brain is broken. Okay, it's okay.
Just a reset.
I'm very much have dirty brains.
I know.
It's bad.
It's part of the reason why all three of us get along,
I think I have the dirtiest brain out of all of you, though. So
Both of you guys probably could compete for that.
I'm more vocal about my dirty brain, though.
Probably lately,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
I think you're both worse than me, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you appreciate our dirtiness. It's fine.
I'll giggle at it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's always a big thing about sub versus dub in our anime community.
Mm-hmm.
Very big. There are a lot of people who like shame people for how they watch it.
Yeah.
I don't think
Your
there should be
thoughts?
shame.
100% agree.
For you is what works for you. It's like
Yeah.
anything else, you
Mhm.
know?
I think we're nerdy enough and like exiled enough to not hate on each other to do that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And like you brought out, you know, you have a hard time reading
Mhm.
the subs
Mhm.
while watching the show.
Yeah.
So like for people like you who still want to enjoy the show,
Huh.
there you go, dubbed.
You're
Or
still
small
watching the
children.
show.
I'm still
Yeah.
watching the show.
Like
I don't think it's any less or good, like, based on how we
Mhm.
watch it. I will agree to the extent of, like, sometimes, like, I'll even put my favorite out there, One Piece. I think the subbed is brilliant. I think it's a little better than the dubbed even. But I can't do it because there are people like me who can't do that. It
Mhm.
just, you can't. And when there's, like, people in the community or what I've seen on TikTok of people just hating on mainly subs hating on dubs.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Mainly-
people who like sub that, you know, say it's not authentic to
You're
watch
not
it.
doing it right, or
Yeah.
And
But I've
like,
also heard like the other side of things where there may be a joke that was listed or, you know, said in a subbed show that doesn't come off the same as if it was dubbed.
that's a fair
Which,
point. Yeah.
you know,
But then at
is
that
another
point,
thing.
you could also argue too that even watching it subbed at that point, because it's still being translated.
Well, yeah.
And there's some, like, I mean, just with any language, there's
But-
some jokes and some sayings that can't be translated well.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So then they adjust it in the dubbed version so that it reads better versus just, you know, a translation.
Yeah.
But
But even with, like, the translation, it's still not going to
It's
be
still
as
not
good
gonna
as
be-
just understanding the
well,
original
that's what I'm
language.
saying. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
none of it's gonna be as good as just understanding.
Yeah.
But I mean, at that point, you can't really like. You have to understand, Japanese is not a lot of people's first language. It's not. And
There
anime
are a lot of
is.
people learning Japanese
That's
for
true.
anime, I will
can
say.
say confidently now. I could probably know 10 Japanese words if someone said them, and I would
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
like, we'll get to that in a moment.
Mhm.
But you know, I think it's for a group of people, and I mean the anime community in general, that I would say, for the majority, have been bullied in the past for being nerdy, for being what would qualify society as outcast, if you want to put it that way. I'm not saying we all are, but for the majority, when we were in middle school and stuff, it was not the socially acceptable thing of what it is now.
No.
The
And
popularity
I
of
heard
anime,
it's still not as socially acceptable,
it's not,
but it's gaining
it's so
popularity.
much better.
Well, because there's so many
than it
people
was.
that still, you know, sit there and they're like, oh, you're just like, you know, you're just watching cartoons.
Right.
And even like people the same age as you can still
Right.
have, you know, I've heard in schools there's still that divide.
Yeah.
But,
But it's definitely it definitely seems to be a growing community, and
Yes.
it's more okay than what it was before.
Right. But for something where it's like that, and even within the community, there's so much hate for just even how you watch it. I think it's absolutely absurd. If someone likes something as cool and as awesome as this genre is, and they're watching it how they want to watch it, why does it matter? That's why
It doesn't.
I put it.
It doesn't.
It does not matter.
Does not
It
matter.
really shouldn't. And the fact that it's a constant thing that still comes up now is absurd to me. It just.
it comes back to my favorite thing. Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you harming none? Why should I care?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, we're watching Japanese cartoons because it makes us laugh and happy. So
Mhm.
why,
There you go.
you know?
What does it matter
It's
which
just
language you're watching it in,
Right.
as long as you're getting the
Yeah.
content
And
that
quite
you want to
frankly,
watch?
I prefer cartoons in general anyway over, like, real life, except for the One Piece live action. I'll do that. But,
yeah, that
like,
one was good.
it
But
was
it was
really good.
based off of a manga and
But
an
it was-
anime. There you go.
exactly my
Mhm.
point. So, you know, if you love what you're doing and love what you're watching,
Mhm.
who gives two shits?
It's just a different art form.
It is.
Really.
Yeah.
It is.
That's what it comes down to.
It is. Yep.
You know, you can watch people act in like a show or whatever. Like, it's. Like,
Thank you.
No. I saw
My
that.
partner, as an outsider, we've already discussed this. My partner does not watch anime because he just doesn't understand. He also agrees and says, I don't understand why there is a hate between subbed and
Mhm.
dubbed. Thank you. I don't get it either. Even someone who doesn't watch anime, has tried, doesn't like it, doesn't
And that's
understand.
fine.
And that's
It's
fine.
not for everybody.
But for someone who's even outside of our community
Mhm.
saying that,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, and you know,
It's like saying for him, it's like saying you're going to watch football because you like the sport, but you're not going to hate on other people because they like a different team.
Mhm.
It's the same thing. If you
Mhm.
like football, you're going to watch all the games, even if your
Yeah.
team's not playing.
Mhm.
yeah.
Especially if you
Perfectly.
have a fantasy football league.
Exactly.
There's so many people I know that have like a fantasy league for like whatever sport they watch, and then they end up watching games where they have like no stock in the
My
team.
partner has a fantasy
You know?
league. He has two. I
Yeah.
think he won one and lost the other.
That's
He's
just such
going
a
to
great,
correct
like-
me if I'm wrong, but I think he won one and lost the other.
I just think that was a great, you know, like analogy. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Words were failing me.
They
The mom
always
brain's
do.
hitting the
Oh,
hard.
here we go. See what Caitlin said. Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's
Yeah.
yeah. So like I mean, because like I've got my aunt loves watching football too.
Mhm.
I'm not a big football fan, so I'm sorry in advance. But my aunt loves watching football, and like her team, the true Minnesotan that she likes to be is the Vikings. But does that mean that she watches the Vikings play? Like, you know, yes, she'll watch them all, but like she'll still watch like, you know, the Dolphins play.
Well,
whatever,
right.
you know?
We're a Green Bay Packer house.
Mhm.
I'm from Wisconsin. We're just a Green Bay Packer family.
Mhm.
They
I'm
lost
not
last
a
night.
sports ball person.
I know you're not.
I'm not a professional
It's close
sports
to
person.
the end. The Super Bowl's in like less than
Yeah.
a month,
Mhm.
so it's almost over. My team lost last night,
Mhm.
but I'm still going to watch the Super Bowl. We're going to have a Super Bowl party because we like football. I probably won't watch the entire thing, but like we watch football because we like the sport.
Mhm.
We may not like the teams that are playing,
Mhm.
but we like the sport.
I've
Mhm.
gone to the Super Bowl parties before,
Mhm.
and again, I don't watch football really. I really don't. But I've gone there, and it was always funny when I was younger, and my brother would pick a team he would pick a team that he thought was going to win,
Mhm.
and I'd just pick the opposite one of
Yeah.
him, just to mess with him. And I'd cheer for them, and every time they won, the team that I picked, and it would always piss him off. But like I go to hang out with people and like
Mhm.
have good food and
I'd go for the
Time.
snacks and the ads.
That's why I go to
because they
baseball
always,
games. I hate
yeah.
baseball, but I go for the food.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean I
Hey,
never.
we should go sometime during
Oh,
the summer
yeah.
because my
during
dad
the twins.
announces.
Yeah.
For,
He does?
For small town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh,
let's
okay,
do it.
okay.
Yeah, I like food.
Mhm.
I hate baseball.
is
I
good.
can't do
It's
baseball,
okay.
but I like the food. I'll go
I-
for
We
food.
can, we can sit and eat hot dogs.
Yeah.
I, don't
I
like hot
enjoy-
dogs. I'll find something
Well,
else.
there's other things.
Baseball, like just because I played softball, so
Yeah.
like I understand a lot of like the rules. Like there's not really that much that's different between baseball and softball besides like the ball
I just
size.
think the
but-
game goes way too slow for me, and I can't.
See, that's how I feel about football.
Really?
In my personal opinion, there's too much. So, in my personal opinion, I feel like, there's too many like stops in the game, like
Well, I still
between
think that-
plays and everything like that. There's too much downtime for me.
I
which
think
is why I
baseball's
have a
that
hard
way.
time.
Mhm.
I think that's why I like hockey, because hockey, it's always going.
Hockey's
Yeah,
always
there's
going.
something happening.
Yeah.
Basketball's like another one of those things that's
I
like
can't do
always
basketball.
going. I grew up playing a lot of basketball, so I can handle basketball.
As a soccer player, I can't
No.
even watch soccer on TV.
As a no sports
Sorry.
ball player at all, I'm there for the food.
I,
Yeah.
you know, Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I would
totally
say
fine.
the sports that you will never catch me watching, even if they're on the TV, you will never catch me
I love
watching
how I
someone
get a
do.
play-by-play of everything. He says baseball is a lot faster now since they introduced the pitch clock. You do know that there's a chat box right there, on there, that you can use. I appreciate the personalized text message I'm receiving, but so the rest of the audience can do it, my friend, my lover, could you please use the chat box? Love you.
No, but like, I mean, yeah.
Oh, he did say golf. Golf is terrible.
Golf. I can't
I do golf.
I cannot handle watching golf. I can't handle playing golf. I can play mini golf. My brother's
that's a
recently
whole
gotten into
different-
golf, but
That's a whole different.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
can't
is
do
mini
golf. It's so boring.
the other thing that I grew up exposed to that I struggle to watch is NASCAR.
Oh,
if
I
you
can't.
even consider it much.
Cars going around in a circle is stupid. As growing up in a southern state, done.
Oh, see, I grew up in Minnesota, but my grandpa and my mom love NASCAR.
He said this is better.
my part of the reason like why my family doesn't generally get together on Sundays to hang out is because my grandpa is watching the race. Whatever
can't-
race is on, that's what he's watching.
The southern states shut down when there's a NASCAR because North Carolina's got the speedway. Everything shuts down. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I mean, I went to Daytona a few different times actually growing up, and I've actually walked on the track itself. But
I've been to the
that
Indy
was
track and walked on that. That was fun. All right, back to anime.
Yes.
Let's
Really
go back to
we get off topic a lot, but
very off topic.
we're gonna play a
Sports
game.
was not part of this.
No,
you know,
it was not, but it's okay.
But you know, we made
But
it.
it was relevant. There was an analogy. It made sense.
Yes. I
We're
don't
gonna-
know where we started it.
I don't know.
though.
We-
But
we-
it
It doesn't matter.
segue
We
there.
we
made
made
the
an
just
analogy.
because of the fact that like it's it's
Sub versus dub.
Yeah.
Football,
Yeah, yeah,
the
why-
actual
I
I forgot
football
how we
versus the
got
team.
there. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
I was trying to explain. You shouldn't hate.
Oh
the
yes,
anime.
yes.
You shouldn't hate anime for how you watch it, just like you shouldn't hate football based on what team you have. Anyway, we're gonna play a game, and I have the words just because I'm going to say the Japanese word to the best of my ability. I will probably butcher all of them, and you.
Disclaimer here in advance: not all of us are very American and English speaking. None of us, I believe, have taken any sort of Japanese
I
language
think we are the
course.
whitest of the white
So,
as well, as far as heritage
We
goes.
also, because we come from Minnesota, we're in a very, very landlocked central North America. So, there's just not a whole lot of access. There's
There's
not
a lot of
lakes.
lakes.
There's a lot
Yes.
of lakes. Yes, we have 10,000.
But we are more than 10,000.
More
actually.
than 10,000, yeah.
But,
That would be
like, we
terrible.
don't, Minnesota does not have a large Japanese speaking community at all. So, just as a preface to this,
Yes.
preference is what I was about to say.
I would have said that.
As a preface to this, apologies in advance if any of the words are butchered slightly
They will be.
or a lot.
Or a lot.
Okay,
They will be a
okay.
lot.
There are 11,842 lakes in Minnesota.
Of 10 acres or more in size.
Yep.
Because you know what? As Minnesotans, Wisconsin likes to always try and say that they have more lakes, and it's because they classify tiny ponds as a lake. Okay? Tiny ponds. These are not a lake.
Yeah.
So.
So,
Amy's laughing.
I just can't. I'm trying to keep my brain under control and I can't. It's pretty loose right now.
When you are a little bit less discriminatory about, measuring size, a lot of things seem bigger than they are.
It's just a lake, girl. It's just a lake. I think you broke her now.
The thought came to my brain and I had to say, because I knew exactly where she'd take it.
Yeah, I know. You're broken.
Okay. To keep with the sub versus dub, I'm not even gonna read that. I know it's gonna be something hilarious or something, and he's gonna make fun of me, which is totally fine, but not right now.
We'll have to read it later.
We will read it at the end. I'm going to read the sub
Yeah.
to the best of my ability, and I picked I think there's between like 20 or 30 of these,
Oh dear God.
and they're, to my knowledge, these are the ones I recognized.
Mhm.
So I would feel that you guys, of the more subbed readers as well,
Yeah.
would have a better chance even than I would.
Peeking.
All right, Baka.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Stupid. Idiot.
Idiot or stupid or moron.
Stupid.
I saw him
Dumb.
moron. Nani.
What?
What?
See? Ohio.
I mean, kind of like, basically like hi,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's a little more specific than that. I'll give you
Good
that.
morning?
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
that's
morning.
right.
The
Good
shortened
morning.
version of good morning.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, in like, in the U.S. where we'd just be like, morning. Instead.
Exactly, versus good morning.
Mhm.
Yes. Or I say, It's my response to that. Kawaii.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. See?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my hold on. My lines weren't too close, and I thought it was two different letters, and it's not. My dyslexia translates to paper, so just hold on. Kudasai.
I don't. Okay, just a cat in the background.
The cat yowling.
Yeah.
He's got the zooms. That's what he does when he has zoomies.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably just run in here in top speeds in a minute, so.
Just yeet himself across
Yeah.
everything and then dip.
Yep, like he did that one day where he just like climbed up the back of a chair and down the other and
That's
then called
true.
it a day, yeah.
Kudasai.
I don't know that
I
one.
don't.
I
don't
took
remember.
one. So it's usually said in a full phrase. I'll say
Okay.
that, and this is usually at the end of the phrase. But when you
Is
read
it like
it in
please?
it is
Yeah.
please. It is please. So
I was
when
trying to
you
like think
hear
of
it, it's at the end. But when you read it in the sub, it's usually at the beginning on the
Okay,
sub. So
okay.
that's why
So then
it's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So that's what I've
Mhm.
noticed in the subs is
Yeah.
when they read it.
Because it's how the grammar structure.
It's how the grammar structures is you say it's like the beginning is at the end or
Mhm.
something like that, and that's what probably why I can't do it very well. I'm gonna skip that one because I don't know. Yokata.
I don't think I know that one.
I don't know that one either.
Yokata.
I mean, at least I'm not recognizing it. I'll probably know it once you say it, but.
Mm. If you could pull up a sentence for me, I might actually then be able to.
It's not like in a phrase. It's an exclamation, is what it is. It's usually after a relief or
Is it like thank God or like oh my God?
to the
like,
extent,
Aha.
yes, it is. It's thank
I'm
goodness.
like trying to think.
It's
Okay.
thank,
I'm like, you
it's
know.
thank goodness. Like
Mhm.
when you see a character and they say, Yokata. That's what they're saying.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
I was trying to think back into like where in animes had I heard that phrase and like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. It's the easiest one I can think of is like it's done in My Hero quite a lot,
Mhm.
or when Deku's done training or anything like that.
Mhm.
That's his
Yeah.
exclamation.
Mhm.
Is Yokata. Okay, I'm not gonna say that one. Okay, Sugoi. That was a really easy one. Also an exclamation
Yeah.
versus like part of a phrase.
is it like awesome? Or,
Yeah. If you're cheating,
I'm not. I'm not looking at
I'm just
it.
gonna turn a little bit.
I'm specifically looking past,
Doijibu. Yeah, I said that.
and I'm actually
totally.
leaning this way so I can't cheat.
Oh, I'm gonna butcher this, but this is a good one. Doijobu. Also more of an... I try to do a lot of exclamations versus, like, full phrases.
Making me look bad.
I'm so
Not a lot of
sorry.
these.
She's
Like,
doing
I
great,
know
though.
'em, but like I can't think of them.
Like I think part of it is because I did learn multiple languages
true.
slightly
Yeah,
when I
true.
grew up, so like I got kind of used to like how to like read context clues, I guess, from like
Yeah.
the things. So like I can
This, I would
figure 'em out
say,
somewhat
is one of those ones like the please. It's
Mhm.
it's a little bit more like the please one, where you
Yeah.
hear it at the end of the phrase in the anime, but it's supposed to be when it's on the sub.
it's not like thank you.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not like thank you.
It's a question. I feel like.
Mhm.
No.
Not
No.
a question.
Oh gosh.
It's fine, okay.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But it can, you know what, I'm gonna actually give it to you because it can be used as a question if you
Okay.
are fine or if you are okay, now that I think of it. I'll show you a TikTok of it actually being used, now that I think of it. I have a saved one. Okay. Okay, this one's gonna be a good one. Yatta. Y-A-T-T-A.
Oh, that one's often used at the end of a sentence as well.
Mhm.
And it's usually kind of like almost in the same line as like kind of like almost like the oh my god, like it's usually like ended kind of like that if I remember correctly. Shoot, I'm trying to think of what it is. Excuse me while I pick my boba out of my drink so I can eat it.
Yatta. Yes, I did it, is what it is.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
very loud. Yatta! Oh, this one's good.
Oh, kind of like I was like the moments in Haikyuu when
I
like, you know,
hardly
it's like-
watched that show.
Right.
like after they
Right.
like you know score points.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
My boba's stuck in my
Here's
eyes.
a good one. Hentai.
Oh,
We
that
all know that one.
that
Yeah.
one is an easy one. That one's you know explicit content basically.
It actually has an actual noun.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the actual like
Noun.
yeah.
You're missing one.
I know it's stuck in my eye.
You got two.
I know because
Oh.
they've been stuck in my eye.
Do you know what the noun is?
No.
It's like
What would you call the person that watches hentai? Mm-hmm.
why am I forgetting the word? It starts like a P.
It does start with a
Yeah.
P. Do you want-
Pervert.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's pervert.
No.
So like you know your hentai anime is basically just pervert anime.
Mhm.
So
Pervert anime. Yeah.
pervert anime.
Arigato.
All right, thank you.
I wasn't done, but yes. I'm not
that
gonna
one I got.
just basically arigato, and I had the full version, but I can't confidently say the other one. The end of it.
Gozaimasu.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't. That one. I didn't want to mess it up.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah, that one.
Mhm.
Thank you. And
I've heard it enough times.
Yeah.
so that's the fun one, because it's like you can shorten it to arigato to be thank you, and based on how long you do it, it's like
Mhm.
how
Thankful you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's kind of
Right.
like in like this is a mini Norwegian lesson for you guys, but like in Norwegian the word tak is just thanks, but it's very common to hear Norwegian people say tusen tak, which is 1,000 thanks. And so like when you're
Mhm.
like it means more when you add the more to it,
Mm.
kind of like you know it's like extra like really thank you you know if you add that.
Oh, this one also qualifies under something as that.
Mhm.
Moshi moshi.
Moshi moshi.
Not mochi the food.
No. Although
mochi.
mochi's
the
good.
food. Mochi is good. Moshi. Moshi moshi.
Isn't that like hello?
It is
Yeah.
hello.
Mhm.
Yes, that would be like what
It's
you
like
said.
a
It's
friendly,
like the
like
friendly
hello.
hello of
Mhm.
moshi moshi.
Yeah, because it's not considered your formal language.
Right.
It's more of
right.
an informal, like to a
Right.
close friend.
Sumimasen.
Also, kind of more of an exclamation.
I wouldn't qualify it as the formal, but I wouldn't qualify it as casual either. I would
Mhm.
qualify it more as the middle ground.
Middle one.
Yeah, kind of like
Just
what you would do to
general
somebody.
use.
It is general use.
Mhm.
Yes, it is general use.
Because I know, like for a lot of like Japanese, there's like
Isn't
the
it like another hello or something like that?
Kind of.
Kind
I
of
wouldn't
like
qualify
a
it-
greeting.
More.
Sort.
I can't really.
isn't it more like a goodbye though? I thought.
No, I wouldn't qualify it as like a hello or goodbye.
But a greeting in a
Yeah.
way.
No,
No?
not a greeting.
I'm blanking. Like I can hear it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like
It's
I can't.
excuse me.
Ah.
Sumimasen.
There,
Yeah, no.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of people when they enter, like, when you see it in Japanese,
It is kind of used sometimes as like a greeting, like you
or
it'll be
like, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of when they open the doors and stuff, they do say sumimasen. So yes, you're right. I apologize.
Because that's like
Kind
the
of.
scene that I was seeing in my head was like, yeah.
kind of uses it a little bit of as a greeting, but not necessarily a greeting.
Well, this is a good one. Sayonara. That's what we use sometimes.
Goodbye.
But
Bye.
it is goodbye. It is a Japanese word that we use quite frankly.
That is used actually very frequently.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
American English uses a lot of like other like
It
greeting
does.
terms for other.
words from
things
Yep,
like-
sayonara
chow.
is a Japanese word, and it's bye. Obviously, it's has more accent than what I can give it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it is a Japanese word. Okay, shigoi. An exclamation.
Isn't that
Didn't we already do that word?
no?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
no.
Oh, shigoi. It starts with CH.
Oh.
CHIGAU. Shigoi. Is how it's pronounced.
Isn't it like I don't know why I'm thinking Food Wars right now.
Because you were always thinking
It's
You
like
know,
tasty
it's,
or something.
no,
Kind of
not
not
tasty. Not
like-
tasty.
It's like kind of like along the same line though as like awesome, but not exactly.
It is like awesome,
Uh-huh.
but the opposite.
Oh, or like terrible.
Kind of.
Or
Means wrong.
wrong.
Hmm.
Wrong.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm learning that I am slightly okay at some of these things.
let's give you guys something that you should know. Senpai.
Oh, somebody older than you, generally, like you're kind of senior.
You're senior. And then sensei.
Teacher.
Teacher.
Mhm.
Yep, good job. Umai.
Thanks, teacher.
You're welcome. Umai.
My.
Rengoku says this
I don't
a
know if I
lot.
know Umai.
Tasty.
Tasty
Oh,
or
it is the
delicious.
tasty.
There you go. And I only put this one because I think it's funny. Uso.
I don't think I know that one at all.
So there's a character in One Piece called Usopp.
Of course, One Piece.
And he has a characteristic of lying.
Oh.
Uso means lie, so his name means liar. It's funny. I had to put that in. Yabai. An exclamation.
Hmm.
I don't think I know that one either.
Well, think of it this way. You had yokata, meaning thank goodness, and yata, meaning yes. Yabai would be the opposite of those exclamations.
Darn it.
Kind of like no.
Yes,
I
but
don't
a cuss word.
Fuck.
No.
No.
The oh shit is what it is. And then the last one is Yosh.
I don't think I've heard that one. Or if I have, I've not noticed where it came from.
It's in Haikyuu a lot. I'll say that.
Again, I haven't really watched that.
No, that's fine. It's in a lot of other animes
I'm
too.
thinking because it was another kind of like exclamation.
It
kind
is
of
an
thing.
exclamation. Mm-hmm.
Isn't it? It's not like. Is it like yes? Kind of almost.
Kind
like that,
of.
But it's not.
It has
it's
a
not
secondary part to it. It means all
that.
right.
Oh.
Let's start. Is what it is.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
so small is Yosh. All right, let's start.
Okay.
That's it. You guys did really
I totally
well.
thought you'd have like itadakimasu on there or something like that.
Damn it! I knew I was missing some. I tried to find the ones that were the closest. I literally looked up
Pushing you.
online of the like.
did move you. I moved you back.
I literally looked up online of the most common anime phrases,
Okay.
and there was like ones that were like 38, 50, and I found one for 250.
Oh,
And
dear
of
God.
those, I was like, I don't recognize
See,
these. So
I
that's
must-
why I picked this many. I was like, if I recognize this from where I
Or
can
like,
hear it, then I figured
Oh,
that.
or
it
what
would be
about like
close.
I'm probably gonna butcher the pronunciation, but like tadaima, like I'm home.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like there was some that I missed.
I mean, it's not a full comprehensive
No,
list.
I
It's
mean-
just a...
No, but
Yeah.
I thought like when I was doing it, I was like, if I've heard this before, and if I think I can hear it across different animes and recognize it,
Then
I
maybe
figured-
we
then
should.
maybe
since
we as a
listen to-
collective could know what it is.
Yeah,
So
I got close to some of them.
You
even if
did,
I
a
didn't
lot.
like actually get them.
You did better than I did. My brain just went...
Sometimes you have those times though.
Yeah,
Like
I
you just
know.
like your brain's just like
It's just
dead.
like I'm doing okay, and it goes.
I bet though, if
Your
we
brain was
stuck
moving
in
and then it
anime
flatlined.
and we
And
did
then it
it,
started moving.
if a Japanese person said it better,
Mhm.
or if the anime said it,
Mhm.
you would get it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
you would do
like
it.
if we had done like little clips of like where it
Mhm.
was like said, it probably would have been easier for us to get them.
I think so too.
Mhm.
I
We're
think
not
so.
at that point. yet.
We're no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Someday,
also,
maybe.
you know, then you end up having to worry about like potential copyright if you use the
That's
clips
true.
and stuff like that.
That's
So
true.
it gets to be like a sticky spot, you know.
Let's see what this funny text was.
So yes, I just saw not about size, and then you know, she put the phone away.
It's not about size, it's how you use it.
That well, you
I
know,
knew it was gonna be funny.
I'm pretty sure the Wisconsin people can't use their lakes in the same way that Minnesotans use their lakes. So.
Still talking about bodies of water now.
Yes.
Dear God, I hope so.
Yes, specifically
I hope so,
bodies of water. Just kidding.
Oh my god.
See, and this is those moments where like my pervertedness kicks back. Anyway,
My brain is lost to it. I gave up years ago. So, any final like anime recommendations or anything like that? We have yet to. So I know we keep saying this, but I'm going to. We need to set up so that the email's available, so people can
Yes,
email
yes.
our viewer recommendations. Because I know I haven't. We've
Or
said
viewer
it.
stories.
Or viewer stories, correct.
Mhm.
So you guys can, of the limited ones we have, that's fine. Send in your episode recommendations because we only had those 3.
I mean, we have a list of other ones to choose from, but
That's
we
true.
haven't decided.
But we haven't decided. So you guys can send in your episode recommendations or even your stories, whether it's about parenting or anime or anything
Both.
nerdy or both of along those lines. And pet parents do count, so we'll count those as well.
As we are all pet parents as well.
We were pet parents before we were actual parents. So
Yeah,
um
I still have 3 cats.
as Peyton mentioned, next week, or technically this week,
Yeah. The next episode.
the
per se,
next episode is going to be Saturday at 2. Not
instead of Sunday.
right,
Mm-hmm.
because my birthday is on Friday.
Pet tax? Oh my god, hold on.
And
Where's the cats?
I don't know.
Hi, Nitro.
He's just chilling.
He looks too hyper to grab him, really.
where's
You
the
could
other
probably
one?
get it.
Where's the
Cider.
where's cider?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Right there it is. Yeah.
pet tax.
Pet tax. It's coming.
Get a moment. There was a pet tax at the beginning.
Yeah. I think we satisfied our pet tax for
Here's
the show.
the pet tax.
Meow.
That's Nitro. Oh, he's like, I'm doing my zoomies right now, Mama.
He's like, it's so hard to see me. I'm the void. The void.
You could scream at him if you want. He probably would get angry though.
Could you imagine just like picking up your cat and just like screaming
You
into
could
their
do that to
son?
Cider. She doesn't care. She'll just
Oh.
purr at you the entire time. Speaking
Kira,
of which, there should
my youngest cat, who is also very
I can't
black
reach
like
around with
Nitro.
that.
If I did that and I screamed into her, she'd probably just scream right back.
Cider.
Cider, come here.
Cider, come here. Hi. Hello, you want to come up? Come on.
She says no.
She says, I just want to stare at you. Oh,
Oh,
there,
there
you
you go. Pet
Hey. Pet tax.
Pet tax.
Now I just want to see you scream into her.
See, and she's purring. She doesn't care.
She like explains.
Meow, meow.
Hi.
Anyway,
Oh,
my
yes.
birthday's on this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton's birthday is the Sunday. And we
I'm not
each
born in
have our
January.
own. We each are doing our own things on those days. And we typically celebrate together on the 27th.
It's our birthday.
It's our birthday. So we'll have some special stuff going on. Peyton's in charge of what episode we're
I
doing.
have no idea.
You need to think about it.
I know.
I can
We're
help
gonna
you.
exchange presents.
We will exchange presents and we'll blow out candles on a cake that I've ordered.
And scream at cats.
And scream at cats. I'm not bringing my cats though.
See, she purrs the whole time.
Yeah, she is purring.
She's therapy cat.
She
You can
is.
scream at her and she
So,
doesn't care.
Mhm.
It's attention.
This Saturday at 2. Kate, unfortunately, has to work. She might be able to join us
We'll see.
later.
Maybe
May
she'll
or may
just
not.
show up halfway
But if
Yeah.
you don't like me or Peyton, you can deal with it.
I'll just, I'll
Just
I'll just come, like, walk down the stairs and I'll just, like, peek behind them and be
nonchalantly.
like,
But we have some
"Hello?"
fun things planned. We don't know what the episode is. You'll have to give it to me by, like, Thursday, though.
through. Yeah, I know.
Give it to me by Thursday. And yeah, and we'll
I think
do
you guys
some...
should learn how to sing Happy Birthday in Japanese.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
it is
not
like
enough
a...
time for
no,
that.
no.
I would not be able to.
We can
sing
learn how to say
between-
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Say happy birthday.
Time for a
in
cardboard
Japanese.
cutout of cake.
Well, we gotta get the picture.
Listen, no, we have plans, okay?
There's cool
We have
plans that we have in place.
Mhm.
But yeah,
will be a
And you won't have this blindingly white person in the background, so you can actually turn on more
I
lights.
have an idea.
Or a mask and make Nick wear it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Well.
I
I
will
think
be texting you.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, can you help us with the cake that day? Because he can hold the cake while we blow it
wait.
out.
Well, I was gonna move this table over.
Oh, right, for the
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, for the stuff. We talked about this.
Yeah, I may or may not be joining earlier for this one, but just unfortunately
She's
my work
going to
schedule is
try
what
to
it
get
is.
out of work.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll see if I can.
You try your darndest.
I will. I will try my darndest. Regardless, I'll be here later that night for a party. Do you want to come
Yeah!
on a birthday? Well, there you go. That
We'll
works.
find out.
What about Naruto? Naruto would be napping.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah. We could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be a great episode. That's what we should do. We're all ladies. Let's get a male opinion. Who were you texting? Did I miss it?
Not Nick.
Yes!
Oh,
Who?
sorry. I was sending a Snapchat to him.
I'm so
You know you're in a
confused.
relationship when this is the Snapchat that you send your significant other. Yes.
Yes. And now another opinion. Yes. I forgot. Don't mind me. My brain has been short-circuiting a lot today.
You're telling me?
You both are telling
look
me.
at the top.
I didn't see the top when we were
well,
talking. I did not see the top.
Try reading.
I'm dyslexic. I can't read. Okay. Yes. Can we do that?
Better.
Get good.
Yes, mom. Yes, mom. I'm trying. But yes, that would be good. Someone else, yeah, as a stand-in. That'd be fine.
No, what if we did one day? What if one day we played?
What if one day we just had 3 different people and they hurt us?
That would actually be kind of funny.
That would
I
be
think.
really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be hilarious.
Just all of them stand in.
Who is this?
I don't know.
We should have all of our partners sit where we're supposed to sit and start the episode, and then.
Zach would have
Then we'll
no way to
switch.
comment on.
No, I'm saying they
animation.
should just start and have like a full conversation for half a
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
then we'll just switch out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Let's not spoil it.
No. But I was thinking maybe one day we play like an anime game together
Wait.
on the stream.
Oh!
I have.
Does Pokemon qualify?
Pokemon will qualify. Actually, there is a new game that people are playing on Twitch, and so those of you that are on Twitch often may have seen it. But it's kind of like the way it looks is kind of like if somebody mixed the Pokemon games with like the more recent Legend of Zelda games.
Oh, fun.
But then apparently there's also guns in it. Yes, Paul World. Thank you.
Pokemon with
Paul
guns?
World is the name of the game.
Thanks, buddy.
I have the board
Appreciate
game.
Well,
Yes,
my original
this
thought,
is what we should do.
my original thought was a
It takes
He
2 to
says
4
it's
video
players.
game. Yes, I've heard that it's totally.
No fighting.
Cat spat.
Yep. But I have heard about it being unhinged. It also appears to be multiplayer, so from what I have seen of it,
I'm not
assuming,
good with guns.
Well, you know,
me neither.
apparently
Hi.
I watched like 2
I
minutes.
was trying to grab this, and I grabbed your knee instead.
I mean, it blended it. You're fine.
I need to sit down.
I watched like 2 minutes of somebody playing Paul World, and the first 2 minutes was picking up sticks off the ground and making a crafting table. So
This is
you
what
know,
he said. I don't know what that means.
It's an MMORPG, so a massively
Massive multiplayer online
role-playing game.
Thanks, buddy.
We could all play Genshin Impact together.
We
I
could.
haven't started.
Well, that's fine.
I haven't
We'll
started
just go to
either.
I'll just go to your worlds. I'm not very far, but I could go to your worlds, and I could
I
bring cake.
haven't even opened it. I just downloaded
Exactly.
it. Okay.
Oh, I downloaded it to try and play it on stream one time, and then my OBS or the software I was using at the time did not want to pick up the game.
This is
That
why I
was my
need
problem.
a PC. Like soon.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
a PC soon.
Well, once you do, we could play that at some point. Once you guys just have to get to like a certain level, world level, before I can join you. But then after that, I can join you.
Yeah. I just need a PC.
I can
That's
help
just
you
what
kill
needs-
bosses.
Yay!
Yes.
Like my
Yeah.
friend does for me.
I'm pretty good at RPGs. I can't do like anything that involves like guns and aiming. I can't do it. I'm terrible at it.
Well, then have I got the game for you?
It's called Power.
Well, Power World apparently has guns, so I
Yeah.
think that one doesn't count.
I'm well aware. Thank you. We've talked about it too. How I need one.
No, I was just gonna.
because
if we want
he's
to-
been bothering me to play Baldur's Gate as well,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
want to play Baldur's Gate. Yeah. Yeah.
You need to play it.
I want to
struggle
play it.
with
Don't
the
get me
point and
wrong.
click.
Trying to describe
That's what I
this
was
to
playing last night before I went to bed, and I almost stayed
so
up
this
too
is
late.
what's sad. I have the headphones, right? I have keyboards. I have monitors. I don't have a freaking PC. I have everything else. Everything else is ready. I don't have a PC. I have a dinky laptop that has no like protection on it whatsoever, which is why I'm here. I need a PC. That's what it
I
needs.
have a
Because
possible solution to this problem. We have to talk to the person upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll listen.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
I'm
so
looking at it, but I don't know
Oh
if we'll
yeah,
go for it.
because that's right. Because I
No,
mean,
if they'll go for it, so we have to see it.
I mean, if it's just like adding the extra parts that would be
Yeah.
needed, and then you just get it, off again. Wouldn't
Like,
we'll
necessarily
talk
be
about
bad.
it.
sooner, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
We'll figure it out.
So to
I mean,
end.
I can't say yes or no. Because
No, it's fine.
hits
I'm willing
buttons.
to go for all options because I already asked my dad about his old one and he basically shot me down even though he's not using it. Anyway,
But that's your dad. Not just
my dad is a totally different discussion that we'll never discuss on this thing other than don't name your child Steve, or Steven for that matter. Anyway, so
My grandpa's name is Stephen.
There are exceptions.
there are
He's a really
exceptions.
nice
It's just
man.
in my experience, I
My
just
grandpa.
in my experience, I just know. So, in ending, sub versus dub doesn't matter. As long as you like watching anime or whatever, it doesn't matter how you watch it. 2, this next episode is on Saturday. Saturday, the 27th at 2 o'clock. It will be just me and Peyton
Maybe
for now. Maybe Kate. Maybe
a special guest.
Maybe a special guest. There's a lot of
Cats,
things happening. Cats,
likely
the whole
cats,
thing. Don't miss this one. It is our 1 month episode too. It's our first month of episode. It's
the
our birthday episode. There's a lot of stuff we got planned. A lot of stuff going on. So don't miss it.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be just more ridiculousness than actual talking. I
it
feel
will.
like.
It'll probably be
So-
more like that. There will be a topic that Peyton
Yep.
will pick. But yeah. So
How to create the best anime birthday party.
I mean,
we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But thanks you guys again for all watching. We appreciate it.
Bye.
We'll see you Saturday.